Hello, everyone. This is the Free American Press with big breaking news happening right now, and that is Poland is calling on other NATO nations and basically just to have NATO itself send troops into the Ukraine to escalate tensions in the Ukraine and possibly start World War III. But before I get into it, if you could please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, that'll be really appreciated. So, on one of my favorite websites, Anti-Empire, we see Poland will formally propose sending NATO troops to Ukraine at summit this Thursday, so a division of Ukraine. And this is Poland on Tuesday called for a NATO peace mission protected by armed forces to help Ukraine. So basically that means we're sending in, United States troops, basically troops from all over Europe, Turkey, England, France, Germany, basically starting a war with, Russia, basically sending in, NATO troops. That's basically, all these different countries are going to help a non-NATO country. At least it was a non-NATO country. I kind of honestly, I think we can all agree that Ukraine is basically NATO with all the help NATO's giving. Ukraine, they're just not formally part of NATO, I guess. But basically, this is going to cause untold devastation. This might even get China in the war. That remains to be seen because with NATO forces in there, with the Ukrainians, they'll probably be able to overpower the Russians because Russia only has about 180 million people now. Even with its satellite states, it probably only up to like 220 million, while Europe has, almost a billion people, with Ukraine plus the United States. So the Russians will be overwhelmed quite easily in Ukraine if that happens, if they do not use nuclear or chemical weapons, and also if they don't get the help from the Chinese or the Indians. So we're really going to see what happens to this, and basically, if we're going to see, China's response, the other nations of the world's response. The United States has already been giving, the most high-tech weapons to the Ukrainians to basically kill Russian soldiers, and now they want to send in United States troops there while our own border remains undefended. And basically, we're having foreign invasions into the United States every year with millions of people entering our country illegally, and that's going on while we're basically spending billions and billions and possibly even trillions of dollars on Ukraine. Eventually this gets into a full-scale war, and I really think that's what these elites want to do, is escalate this war to start World War III. It'll also give them a good way to instate martial law and take away more of our rights and freedoms. So what we need to do is say no to war. We need to stop the United States government for sending troops into Ukraine. I really think that's the wrong move, and that really will escalate tensions. It will immensely. It really will. Like that really will. If they do that, that's going to cause some big trouble. So we need to say no to that. And I also think the people of Russia, the people of Ukraine, the Ukrainian government is actually really corrupt too, and so is the Russian government. I think people need to, rise up, against their government. It's time for good government. It's time for freedom, in all the countries around the world, to see who the real enemy is. Because we even saw during World War I, they had the Christmas truce, with the French and the Germans, because the actual people did not want this war, but it was their cruel dictators on both sides who wanted this war and basically to kill their lives, and the people and the soldiers kind of had a mutiny a little bit, with the Christmas truce and everything. The generals and the army officials didn't want that to happen, but they did do it. And that's kind of what we need to do now, have peace and get rid of our totalitarian governments at home. And that's really all I have to say. And I think what Poland's asking for is a really crazy thing, and it's not good. But be ready for it, everybody, because we need to really fight for our freedom now, or lose some of it for at least a long time. So it's time for us to act. And if you like to support what I'm doing at the Free American Press, I started a PayPal fundraiser, support Alexander Horat. And basically, by donating, you're helping me continue getting the word out on how our freedoms are being taken away and how we can stop that. And I really thank you for your support if you do donate to that. I really appreciate it. And big thank you to the people who've already donated, especially to Carl and Christine, and also to Anonymous, whoever the anonymous people were who donated. I really appreciate you as well. And just thank you for watching this video. If you could please share it with your friends, and also follow me on other social media platforms such as Gab, Parler, BitChute, YouTube, and Twitter and Facebook. That would be really appreciated as well. Thank you for watching. God bless.